Thousands evacuate as Hurricane Helene barrels its way to Florida's Gulf Coast.
The Denton Blues Festival celebrates 26 years of live jazz that will blow your mind away.
UNT's intramural flag football offers students a way to exercise and get connected.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux.
And I'm Jackson Berry. Several first responders were injured in a large fire this morning in Frisco. Fire crews were called in more support after arriving at the scene of the fire at a pool supply store. Officials say the fire released harmful chemicals into the air. 3 firefighters and 7 police officers were hospitalized for breathing problems caused by those chemicals. People who lived nearby were briefly ordered to shelter in place this morning. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the fire.
A disturbing new report says threats of violence have spiked after a recent school shooting in Georgia. It's been 3 weeks since 2 teachers and 2 students were killed at Appalachia High School. It was the deadliest school shooting in Georgia's history. A 14-year-old student at the school is charged with murder. His father was also charged with second-degree murder since he allegedly bought his son the gun that was used in the crime. A new investigation from the New York Times says in the 3 weeks since the shooting, more than 700 children and teens nationwide have been arrested for making violent threats to schools. The report found that almost 10% of the accused were 12 or younger, including one who was a 4th grader. In the span of 1 week alone, this month, schools in Arizona saw 156% increase in threats compared to the same time last year. And in a suburb of Orlando, Florida, 24 students were charged with second-degree felonies in just the first 28 days of school. A new report shows school threats are on the rise in the country, including right here in North Texas. Recently, 4 students in Louisville ISD were arrested for threats made towards a middle school. Chris Goodwin is live at the Denton County Juvenile Detention Center with more on the story. Chris?
It's quite frightening, Aaliyah, to see how close to home these threats have made it. Police recently arrested 4 students from the Louisville Independent School District after a series of threats were made online. They are now being held here at the Denton County Juvenile Detention Center. Authorities said the threats were just a hoax in efforts to try to get the students out of class. The investigation began late last week. The people accused of making the threats were identified as 4 students from Huffines Middle School. They are being charged with making terroristic threats. In addition to those arrests, a student in Flower Mound School District was arrested just yesterday for making similar threats on social media against Marcus High School. There have also been recent arrests in the Arlington, Wiley, and Frisco school districts. Police have thanked students who have called attention to these threats and urge parents now more than ever to monitor their children's use of social media. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you off the desk.
Thank you, Chris. And on the topic of gun safety, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is making one last attempt to allow concealed handguns at the state fair. Yesterday, a Texas appeals court ruled against his attempt to overrule the fair's rule banning firearms. That upheld a lower court's decision that ruled against Paxton. The Attorney General is appealing these rulings to the Texas Supreme Court. It's not clear when justices could decide in this case. The state fair starts this Friday morning.
Speaking of the state fair, I really hope the weather is as sunny as it's been lately.
Yeah, me too. I'm planning on going this weekend. Are you planning on going?
I actually am, and that is why I'm hoping I can wear my favorite outfit.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's figure it out. Let's send it over to our weather anchor, Grace Escobel, so she can give us a quick look at the weather.
Thanks, guys, and don't worry, that nice fall sun will be shining throughout the week. It's also shining today with a high, right now it's currently 82 and sunny, and it's a little windy out at 12 miles an hour. Tonight it will cool down slightly at 68 degrees with wind at 4 miles an hour. Tomorrow it'll be just around the same at 83 degrees and feel like 83 with wind around 9 miles an hour. That's all for First Look. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Grace. Hurricane Helene is quickly gaining strength as it gets closer to making landfall along Florida's Gulf Coast. Many people who live there have already been ordered to evacuate before the storm hits. Experts worry Helene's size and speed will cause extra damage in the southeastern U.S. CNN reporter Michael Yoshida has the latest.
You still have time to make the preparations and put your plan in place today, but that time is running out.
And running out fast. Helene is now a hurricane, swirling past Mexico and tracking toward landfall in Florida. And preparing for the worst is a moving target.
Conditions may very well, in the wide range of possibilities, be a Cat 1 all the way to a Cat 4. Many areas to the south are already beginning to feel the impacts from the storm.
Part of that impact is tropical storm force winds and rain, lashing the Keys and southern Florida. In the hours ahead, those conditions will intensify and batter the entire western coastline before an expected landfall in the Big Bend area Thursday evening.
Many of our counties, if not all of them, have called for low-lying and manufactured housing evacuations already.
A term being used a lot by officials this week. You can hide from the wind, but run from the water.
If you do have a major surge and you stay behind, that is potentially hazardous.
Forecasters are gauging Helene's storm surge to hit between 5 and 15 feet in many areas. Many veterans of previous hurricanes like Ian and Idalia are opting to stay put.
I always draw up lots of water ahead of time, make sure I got food in the house, all that.
We're going surfing, we're hitting those waves.
Still others realize that staying is risky.
If you're a godly person, pray, because I don't really need this. Neither do any of us.
In Steinhatchee, Florida, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
After the break, a pastor in Denton was arrested on felony accounts of misconduct involving minors.
And more information comes to light involving the P. Diddy situation because of a newly emerging docuseries.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it. You're right, Mom. I have.
A pastor at a church near the UNT campus has been arrested on multiple accounts of felonies involving minors. ntTV reporter Chanel Young is live outside the church where the man worked with the details. Chanel?
Thanks, Jackson. Craig Stone is a youth director here at the Willowwood Church of the Nazarene, which is just about a mile from UNT's campus. Stone has been arrested for several felony offenses involving minors. Denton police say that the investigation at the church, as well as at Stone's residence, revealed that he had naked pictures of a male victim on his computer. During later interviews with the police, he admitted to inappropriately touching another teenage boy who accused him of misconduct. He is charged with possession of child pornography and indecency with a child, with a bond set at $22,000. This investigation is ongoing, and authorities encourage anyone with information to contact them. This is Chanel Young reporting. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Chanel. There is more shocking information about Sean Diddy Combs. A new docuseries is in the works and is coming to Netflix. Fellow rapper Curtis Jackson, also known as 50 Cent, is the executive producer of the series. Jackson says it will focus on sexual assault and abuse allegations against Diddy, as well as the sex trafficking and racketeering charges he's facing. 50 Cent also says he will give a voice to the voiceless. Diddy was arrested earlier this month. He has pleaded not guilty, but a judge ordered him to remain in jail without bond.
Well, yeah, today started off a bit cloudy, but you know, the sun came out to shine at the end.
That's right, and that's why I decided to wear a bright outfit today.
I'm not wearing a bright color, but you know, I can agree, the sun is shining, and so is the heat. Our weather anchor Grace Escobel is here with a look at full weather. Grace?
Thanks, guys. The weather is gorgeous, the sun is shining, and I'm not sweating when walking to class, so I'm having a great time. Let's take a look across North Texas at this beautiful map full of low 80s. In Denton, McKinney, and Dallas, it's 82, while in Decatur, Sherman, and Bowie, it is 81. Down in Stephenville, it's also 80, and in Sulphur Springs and Paris. Now let's take a look across the state. In Oklahoma City, it's a cool 80. Amarillo, we have an 81. It's a little bit warmer. Poor El Paso, they have to deal with that 90-degree temperature, but they'll make it. Hopefully it'll cool down for them. Down in Austin and in Houston, it is also 85. So they have it slightly warmer and probably a little more humid than we do. But all is well because it is 80s and not 90s. Let's take a look at our forecast for the rest of the week. Tomorrow and Friday, it'll be a cool 85, but it will heat up slightly as we get into the weekend. But Aaliyah, hopefully you can still wear your favorite outfit to the state fair and it won't be too bad with that cloud coverage. As we move into next week, it'll get closer to 90 degrees, but won't quite hit it with 89 on both Monday and Tuesday. And on Wednesday, it'll be a nice 87. There should be no rain for the rest of the week, so you don't need to bring an umbrella. But that's all we have for the 7-week forecast. Hopefully y'all enjoy this cool weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Grace. If you enjoy fun activities, exercise, and making new friends, then UNT's University Program Council invites you to come to one of their events. I had the opportunity to attend Lucky's pickleball party. Let's take a closer look. UNT's University Program Council hosted the perfect getaway event for students to unwind after a long day of classes. Lucky's pickleball party set the perfect tone for the evening.
I've been playing pickleball actually from the start of this summer all the way to right now where I'm just trying to get down to basics.
Pickleball equipment was provided and coaches taught interested students the basics of the game. The UPC Special Programs Coordinator, Daniela Asiento, sees value in college activities because they allow students to bond with each other and make new friends.
With the help of my advisors as well as my team, I coordinated this event by working with other people through the rec center as well on how to set up the courts, and with the Denton Tennis and Pickleball Center instructors that came over and wanted to instruct some of our students here at UNT to learn how to play pickleball. I thought this event would be a great way to get people engaged and to really bring a community in here at the rec center.
Building connections through events and games is the perfect way to build connections in college.
What I like about the UPC events, they're so fun, they're really engaged, and they're some of them are really hands-on. And I always have fun with my friends when I come to these events.
Yeah, I came here with a group of friends. We've all been playing around the same time, and we all decided to come down to the court today.
The University Program Council hosts events weekly and encourages everyone to visit. You can follow them on Instagram at UNT_UPC. With North Texas Television, I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux.
It's always great seeing events like these bring students together.
Coming up, see how school is affecting students' mental health and how students can better deal with it.
And see why the Denton Blues Festival is such a special event.
Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god! Oh my god! This girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay? Did you see that lady hit me with a car? Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my God.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
The school year is now in full swing, and many can find classroom tasks overwhelming. Anxiety is part of many students' lives, but experts say too much anxiety can affect the way a student can function. CNN's Mandy Gaither has the story.
From homework to tests and other activities, sometimes school can feel a little heavy.
It's normal to experience all kinds of emotions. And when it comes to school and it comes to kids, they're no different.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says young people don't always have the language to tell us what they're feeling.
That's why we have to look at their behavior as a sign and a form of communication and be curious about what it is that they're trying to communicate.
Baumstein says warning signs can include stomach aches and headaches with no medical cause, avoiding school, procrastinating in the morning to intentionally delay going to class or miss the bus. Others may display a no-care attitude about school or be the class clown, acting like schoolwork doesn't matter.
They might be worried about failing and would rather not even start or not even try and act like they don't care.
Baumstein says to get to the root of what's going on by asking open-ended questions without leading the child, then listen and validate what's said instead of dismissing it. She says focusing on the effort, not the outcome, can also help ease pressure.
So instead of, oh, I'm so proud of all the A's you've gotten this year, I'm proud of how hard you're working.
Finally, help children find a balance. Don't allow school to be their entire identity.
There's lots of time to be creative and unwind and relax and have fun.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
UNT Counseling and Testing Services are offering training this week in the hopes of preventing suicide here on campus. The session is tomorrow afternoon at Willis Library. People who attend will learn about suicide risk and protective factors and warning signs. You'll also hear about communication and empathetic listening skills and reactions you may encounter. To attend, go to Willis Library in room 251H tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. No reservation is required.
Setting goals for yourself can be difficult at times, and setting goals for an organization or club can be even harder. But imagine setting goals for the entire university. Our news director, Avery Callens, sat down with the brand new university president, Harrison Keller, to ask him about his goals for the university.
Today we're in our third part of our week-long Meet the President series. This exclusive interview gives UNT students the opportunity to see what's in store for their upcoming semesters. In our last two parts, Callens asked Keller about his decision-making and leadership styles. Tonight we see what he hopes to change over his tenure. Here's what he had to say.
Said again. And other than creating these new innovations and getting more student to president contact, what other big goal are you kind of set out on as you start as president here?
Well, I put a marker down early that we have got to double down on our commitment to student success. And for me, student success doesn't just mean making sure that students get through a degree program in a timely manner. So let's stipulate we need to do better on that. We need to improve our graduation rates, particularly four-year graduation rates. But we need to go further. We need to be much more attuned to the value of our degrees and to how well we're equipping students to be able to launch into their careers and into their lives. So 5-10 years from now, we want all of our UNT graduates to look back and say, UNT was the platform that helped me take my talent as far as I wanted to take it. And so I'm excited about the conversations that we've already started, the work that we're already kicking off. We're organizing right now some important work around our student success initiatives. We're going to continue to innovate and to iterate on that. That's another reason it's going to be so important to make sure we have students at the table in all of that work.
Make sure you catch the last part of our Meet the President series tomorrow at the same place and the same time. And don't worry if you missed the other 2 parts, because those are uploaded on our YouTube, Vimeo, and Facebook pages.
The blues genre rose to mainstream popularity in the 1920s. And while it's been almost 100 years since the rise of the genre, one festival here in Denton is making it its mission to keep it alive. With an inside look on the festival is Isabel Smith.
Commerce has hosted the Denton Blues Festival as a way to celebrate and preserve the iconic genre. I had the opportunity to go inside Denton's annual celebration of blues and soul to see what makes it so special. Right here in Denton, the Denton Blues Festival has been serving up soul for 26 years. With a lineup of award-winning blues musicians, this festival has become an iconic tourist attraction for all ages. Along with the festival being an appreciation of classic blues, it is also used as a way to educate others about the genre.
Oh, it is a tremendous tool to increase the knowledge, because basically it's one thing to hear the records, and a lot of people hear the records, a lot of people see the videos, but to actually come out here and see the artist and hear it live and feel it live, there's no comparison. So once you get out here to do that, you will go out, support the artists, and support their product.
That was Jarvis Henry, also known as DJ Deuce, host of KNON Radio's Grown Folks Music. But don't let his show name fool you. One of DJ Deuce's main goals, along with the goal of the festival itself, is to keep blues alive for the next generation.
I believe it's a generational thing. It's carrying on a tradition, as you will. But we need to preserve this music for our children and our grandchildren. We grew up on vinyl records, we grew up on 45s, we grew up going to the record store, and we acquired knowledge of the music, and that's being lost now.
The Denton Black Chamber of Commerce, who hosts the festival each year, says that while the blues genre has a rich history, their contemporary performers bring a fresh and vibrant energy to their music. Even if your children are not familiar with the blues, they will be captivated by the performances, fostering an appreciation for this timeless genre. And with all the patrons I saw in attendance, both young and old, that definitely seems to ring true. That's all I have for now. My name is Isabel Smith. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Isabel. Aaliyah, I don't know if you knew this, but UNT students are extremely musically gifted.
I actually did. Okay. From Roy Orbison to Don Henley of the Eagles, UNT has woven a rich musical tapestry, further continued with UNT's College of Music, earning its first Latin Grammy nomination. ntTV's Edison Stewart has more. Edison?
The UNT College of Music is one of the most prestigious comprehensive music schools in the nation. Top music students from all over the globe attend to pursue their passion for music, as well as prepare themselves for the professional music industry. Recently, the UNT College of Music has earned themselves their first ever Latin Grammy Award nomination. North Texas Wind Symphony conductor Eugene Miliaro Corporon was nominated in the Best Classical Composition category. This nomination is due to the performance of Caribbean Berceuse, a composition by Paquito de Rivera. This piece, featuring maracas and steel pans, was recorded at UNT's very own Murchison Performing Arts Center. We wish them the best of luck, as the 25th Annual Latin Grammy Awards is set to air live in Miami on November 14th. That's all from me on this story. My name is Edison Stewart. Now back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Edison. Football and volleyball are in full swing.
I know, I'm so excited. It feels so good to have a win after that loss to Texas Tech, and hopefully we can keep that up.
Only time will tell. Intramural season is also here, and our sports anchor, Annie Tomlin, has more. Annie?
UNT is feeling lucky after a great weekend for both tennis and football. The Mean Green dominated at home and continue to keep fans excited for the season to come. Intramural teams are also kicking off the start of their season. More on these Mean Green wins after the break.
The do's and don'ts of the Pole Rec Center. See that man over there? Please do not hog weights. Instead, do this. Another important part is having an attentive spotter. See, here is an example of a non-attentive spotter. Instead, do this. Now we head to the track, which should be pretty easy, just it's important to pay attention to the way the track goes. Remember to wipe down the equipment after you're done using it. The towels are provided by the gym, so it's pretty easy to wipe down the equipment when you are done. Thank you for using the Pole Recreation Center.
Are you interested in being more involved on campus? Intramural sports are a good way to be a part of something here at UNT. I recently attended a fraternal intramural flag football game and got an inside scoop of what intramural flag football is all about. This semester, Theta Chi recently moved back into their house on Fraternity Row and are staying involved on campus by participating in intramural flag football.
We just got back to the row, so we really want to be as good as everybody else is on the row. So this game meant a lot for us. There's a lot of things that as intramural chair and as head coach that I should be figuring out and helping our players fix it for our next game.
Theta Chi did fall short to Sigma Nu, but the brothers are still staying positive and plan to incorporate different techniques to improve for the next game.
You know, I feel like we had some mistakes we needed to clean up, maybe some little moments here and there. SNU's just a better team at the end of the day. These guys really brought their all. They had some crazy athletes, some crazy plays.
Win or lose, Theta Chi is thankful for these experiences that strengthen their brotherhood in many ways. Ultimately, the brothers recognize these games are a fun opportunity to have some friendly competition.
But at the end of the day, I believe it actually brings us really close together, and it helps us adjust to not only football and sports, but our daily lives as well. Helps you see where people struggle and then where people can succeed in life.
Intramural or collegiate, UNT football seems to be going hand in hand. Last Saturday, UNT football shut down Wyoming 44-17 here at DACU Stadium. Quarterback Chandler Morris had completed 28 out of his 41 pass attempts for 305 yards and 2 touchdowns. Another star of the game was junior running back Shane Porter, who made his first start at UNT against Wyoming, and he did not disappoint. Porter had a record-breaking game, rushing 120 yards on 13 carries. UNT has a lot to look forward to with new talent shining through. Mean Green tennis started off strong the fall season this opening weekend. Junior Gianna Pilot also started this season off strong by winning her first round matchup in the ITA All-American Tournament. Pilot is the first UNT player to win a match at the pre-qualifiers since 2018 and is now advancing to the round 64 in the tournament. That's all for sports this evening. I'm Annie Tomlin. Now back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Annie. And you know what? Tennis sounds pretty fun. Do you want to go play later?
Probably not with you, but you can go.
Okay.
That's all we have for you all tonight. Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Yeah, join us here tomorrow at noon and at 6 here on North Texas Television.